Hi, this is James. Welcome back to the channel. So glad you are here. This video will be posted on Saturday. Most likely, by the time you see this video, I will be in Albuquerque with my beautiful bride. We are going to be supporting the TCU Horned Frogs against the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana. So that ought to be interesting. I've been to Albuquerque once. University of New Mexico's got a okay football stadium, but across the street, apparently the University of New Mexico shares a ballpark with the AAA Albuquerque Isotopes. And I'll tell you, that ballpark is, if you like baseball, you would like where the Isotopes play. So that's where I'm going to be on Saturday. But I want to share something here that's a little bit different. It's a little bit, I just want to peel back the layers and just be open and transparent with you, because there's reasons why I do things the way I do. You know, I tell people all the time, I get material and I quote sources like Not by Sight News. I recently had somebody write in the comments that they weren't a particular fan of his. That's fine. You don't have to agree with me on everything. By the way, that's also a part of this channel as well. If I say something that you don't agree with, that's okay. It's okay for us to agree to disagree. I believe in free speech, and you have every right in the world to disagree with me. But if I'm quoting a source, understand that I did my homework. I found out information. Let me slide this over a little bit. That way, the lighting is a little bit better. Okay. Same goes with Julie Roys. I hope to meet her in February. My wife and I are both going to the Restore 2025 conference. Julie Roys' work is amazing, and she is a true professional when it comes to being a reporter. And she's got people who work for her that work really hard. And I promote her channel, she has a YouTube channel, but she also has a website. And I promote the Wartburg Watch because Dee does great work. Dee is the one that she's the one that helped Cindy Clemenshire to get her story out there, so that eventually Robert Morse was removed from leadership, or he resigned. But Gateway Church is miles better than it was before. Before, it was almost like a cult of personality. Now they're actually focused on Jesus, which is what the church is supposed to be. Are they perfect? No. But they're way better now than they were a year ago. And it all started with a story in the Wartburg Watch. I am so grateful for the work that Laura-Lynn Tyler Thompson's done. And people, because she took a stand, ex-employees at Daystar and people that have been counseled by Doug Weiss have been empowered to speak up and to share their stories. So great work for Laura-Lynn. I have been supportive here recently of Megamaniacs, because whether you want to say Rod Parsley is the one suing him or his proxy, and yes, it is somebody that's working for Rod Parsley. What was this guy's name? Ed Ramirez. Yeah, he's in charge of City Harvest Network, which is a ministry under Rod Parsley. So yes, I support Megamaniacs. Why do I do this? I have my own channel that I'm trying to the only reason I want a platform is because I want to expose wolves in sheep's clothing. That's why this picture's here. Although, just as a side note, look at the size of my head and look at the size of this picture. Don't be like me and ignore the description. I thought this picture would be a whole lot bigger. It's cute, though. If you buy something on Amazon, pay attention to the details. Let's just learn from my mistakes. Anyway, the reason I support these other channels on YouTube is because I want to do things in a biblical way. Now, how is that biblical? Well, let's go to Matthew 7. I've got I love having my Bible on my iPad. It's full disclosure, I kind of need reading glasses and I'm too stubborn to go get them. So I just turn up the print, make the print bigger on my iPad. But in Matthew 7, let's start in verse 7. Hear these words from our Lord. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it will be opened. Or what man is there among you, if his son asks for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will he give him a serpent? If you then, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father who is in heaven give good things to those who ask him? This is the key right here, verse 12. Therefore, whatever you want men to do to you, do also to them. For this is the law and the prophets. So we're supposed to treat others the way we want to be treated. Now I could sit back and be like, oh, my channel's so small. I don't have much of a presence on YouTube. And it's like, I'm going to trust God to take care of that. I want to expose wolves in sheep's clothing. I am dedicating my life to making sure that our kids and grandkids are safe when they go to church. That's why I do what I do, at least here online. I could do one or two things. I could attack others and talk about how this person's a false teacher and that person's a false teacher and this person doesn't know what they're talking about and da. The only time I'm ever talking like that is if somebody is being mean or mean-spirited or is being hateful. You know, Rod Parsley was caught on camera berating his people. What was my response? Rod, you're supposed to love your people. You take care of them, they'll take care of you. That was my response to him. But I want this platform to grow so that we can make more people aware of what's happening. You know how you're going to spot a wolf in sheep's clothing? Pretty easy. So if somebody's taking female members of the congregation, you know, if you got a senior pastor and they're constantly meeting with women of the church behind closed doors and nobody can see what's happening, that's a red flag. If you got a youth pastor that's constantly meeting one-on-one with kids behind closed doors and nobody knows what the heck's going on back there, that's a red flag. That's wolf-like behavior. I'm here to try to expose the deeds of darkness. But there's other people online who are doing some of the same things. And I want God to bless them just as much as God is blessing me. That's the key. If you're doing what's right, God will bless you. God will take care of you. Now, some people might have more success. Okay, good for you. Do the right thing in all circumstances. And if, Not by Sight News has 41,000 subscribers, good for him. I'm all for it. I'm going to have the attitude that I want to bless other people, and I'll trust God to take care of me. That's how we do things on this channel. And in 10 years, if I'm, God willing, retire from my day job and I am doing this full time, if we're at 10,000 subscribers, good. Hopefully it'll be bigger than that. I hope that some of these larger churches will recognize that the focus needs to be loving God with all our heart, soul, and mind, and loving our neighbors ourselves. That's Matthew 22, verses 37 through 40. That's where the focus has to be. And when people get so wrapped up in talking about money and prosperity or healing or deliverance, or they get so focused on, the worship service ends up becoming more like a rock concert. You're taking your eyes off of Jesus and you're focusing more on a performance. That's not okay. But our goal here, and I say our because my beautiful bride supports me 100%. I got other people that I talk to. Our goal, whether I have a staff of 2 or staff of 200, the goal will always be we're going to honor God with our thoughts, words, and deeds in everything that we do. When I go to the Restore conference in 2025, or in February, I've already had some pens made up that have our not our logo, but our name on it. I'm just going to give them away. Why? Because I want to bless somebody. If they're there for a conference, and trust me, Diane Lamberg is amazing. I've read 3 of her books. I'm reading another one. And I would encourage you to read some of her materials, her books. But my attitude going there is I want to be a blessing to somebody. Yeah, I'd like them to come check out the channel. But how many times do you get ready for a big trip and you either forget, some of your, toothbrush, toothpaste, razor, shampoo, or you get all the way to the conference and you got your notebook and you reach in your pocket and you're like, oh, I forgot my pen. Well, we're going to have some pens there to hand out. So that's the mindset of this channel. I wanted to be a little bit open and transparent about what this is all about. Because ultimately, I want to be a blessing to others, help protect our kids and grandkids, and expose wolves in sheep's clothing. So anyway, if you are new, please hit like and subscribe. I do want to thank you for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Do understand that win or lose, whether TCU wins or loses, after the game's over, the whole plan is to drive back from Albuquerque to Oklahoma City. I'm going to drop off the rental car, pick up our car, head south on I-35. And God willing, Sunday morning, we will be at Gateway Church. I haven't ever been to a Sunday morning service. I've always gone to the Saturday night services. We're just going to do a checkup, see how things are going. Hopefully they've continued in the right direction where their focus is on Jesus. And we need to keep them in our prayers so that they do eventually hire the right person to be senior pastor. I hope they do that thing. There was this idea being floated around where they would have 3 senior pastors and those people would work together and take turns preaching. I think that'd be really good. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, and I will see you tomorrow.